The Ampalaya fruits are not growing. They remain stunted due to the weather, but the leaves are still fresh. They're green. The corns are ready for harvest. What is Romelu cooking today? Something delicious. Even his neighbor Grace went crazy. Let's find out. Warm welcome to you wherever you are in the world. Let's join Romelu at his garden.
Hello, good morning. Your Kuya and Uncle here in Holland, and welcome to the garden. Today, with our harvest of sweet corn and ampalaya leaves, we'll be making sweet corn soup with ampalaya leaves. Of course, we'll be adding pork to that. In where I come from, it's called sinipsip soup. Sinipsip soup. What a beautiful name for a delicious soup recipe. Stay with me and let's discover how delicious and easy this recipe can be. You may call it OA, but I purposely sat in front of the shed to show you the flowers. This is Hollywood after all. It should be entertaining, not just educating. So, I'll present now the ingredients for this recipe. The essential, the corn that we just harvested, the ampalaya leaves also just harvested from our very garden. Of course, for the stir fry or sofrito, garlic and onion. And we never cook a vegetable or soup without sahog or the flavoring. I have here the pre-cooked pork belly. Some portion of this have been used in our recipe last night, which was the chop choy. Let's start sipping, shredding. That's how the recipe got its name, shredded corn. The corn should be young, and I think this is still young. No, this is a bit mature. We'll save that for other recipes. The corn should be young and tender. This still young. Yeah. Look, this is still young. Notice the blanks in between the teeth. Yeah. This is caused by the poor arrangement of the plant. This should be, usually they are planted in blocks so that the wind can properly distribute the pollens, and this individual seeds can develop. This individual, each of this corresponds to a flower. This one, these are the pollens, and each of these hairs or cells correspond to a kernel inside. So each of this cell or flower should be pollinated to enable the full development of each kernel. Some biology lesson. By the way, this is cooking and growing channel. That's why our slogan is grow, cook, discover, share. And to our new watchers out there, warm greetings to you. If you like or enjoy our content, I encourage you to please like, leave your comment, and subscribe. I'd like to see your comments because I'd love to watch your content as well, and I'd like to hear what you feel about our content. Am I doing much talking? I'd like to hear from you. And this is a soup recipe, so it's expected to be watery and not saucy. Water recipe. Oh, soup recipe. Water recipe. This is not a drink, this is a soup. It can be eaten alone the soup, or you can pour it over your rice and you have a complete meal. We'll choose the most tender. Being tender and young is always an advantage, or preferred. I miss my youth. I may not be young anymore, but I'm still tender. How I wish. Be reminded that you're watching the gardening series, and we're combining it with the cooking series because we're cooking at the garden. I promise you we'll be doing more cooking here in the garden, and we'll be doing food instead of sewing. Food preparation instead of sewing, or growing food, I mean. Look at this. This is perfect because this was, look at the kernels, because this was planted in the middle, so it received all the pollens from the neighboring plants thanks to the wind. Yeah. The rest, the more mature ones, will be boiling them and eat them. Eat them by their own. Yeah. If you, I come from Western Pangasinan, from Anda. You can notice by my name. And I enjoy this route from Western Pangasinan via Camiling, from Alaminos to Manila. There are always corn vendors climbing up the buses and selling, and I always buy, as usually that serves as my lunch en route to Manila. Mi patria adorada, Rincon del Sol querida. I don't know if this is also, or this recipe is also prepared in other parts of the world, but this is basically soup, or corn soup is basically Chinese, but the addition of the Ampalaya leaves, or the sopropo leaves as they call it in Africa and in some parts of Latin America. I don't know if they have this soup. That's why we're sharing it to the world. Filipino recipe being shared to the world by Channel 1. It's drizzling now. I'll move indoors. Let's continue our cooking indoors. The stove is there. You have enough views of the flowers, I think. I'll give you a full tour later while simmering this recipe. The rain stops. That's why we returned outdoors. It's just dark indoors, and I want you to give the maximum viewing pleasure by providing the view of the flowers. Yeah, it's good, still good. I'll have to be easy with the garlic. I think that would be enough. Yeah. It even jumps. Yeah. Look, if you first smash the garlic, it's easy to remove the peel. Who says cooking is difficult? It's enjoyable, especially when you cook fresh food from your own garden, especially when you grow your own food. You know where it came from, you know how it grew, and you enjoy the flavor. You enjoy the fruits of your labor. Di ba, Manang? Yeah, my Manang is here watching. I'll get the stove. Let's do the stir fry now. And it's beginning to rain again. My Manang is here, she will be doing the camera.
Hello, I'm here again.
Okay. I don't even know if we have to do this first with the garlic. We might as well combine them now. For soup recipes, it's better to have the onion well caramelized. You might not believe there's even a pure onion soup, just onion and it's soup. So do the onion well when making soup. It's now, I think it's good now. And there's a bit of drizzle. I'll add the corn now. They don't usually stir fry this, they just put it or they just add it in water, in boiling water. But I want to stir fry it a bit. It's Channel 1's version. This is sinipsip na mais a la Channel 1 or a la Romulo. You might be wondering, where did you learn all that? Did you attend, are you a chef? Someone asked me if I was a chef, if I attended culinary school. Yes, Istituzione di la Cucina di la Mamma. Yeah, that's how and that's where I learned cooking. I'll say it again. L'Istituzione di la Cucina di la Mamma. That's the name of the cooking school. It's very exclusive. Let's just boil this and then add the Ampalaya leaves and we're done. How easy. Oh wait, of course we need to add the patis, some patis. And if you prefer, if you like, pitchin, ang bawal na gamot, as we call it in North America, bawal na gamot. It's just pitchin, monosodium glutamate. I'm not saying it loudly because in many cuisines it's bawal. But I do.
Let us visit the flowers while we wait for our dish to boil.
This is my favorite this week, really. The manzanillas. And don't be surprised, I have here a pond. Water. Red reeds. And they're blooming as well. And further away there, let's give it a close up. That's a rose with its lemony yellow center.
If you enjoy watching cooking at the garden and at the kitchen, don't forget to subscribe and to click that bell icon so that you can be notified for every release. Cooking releases every Friday and garden cooking every Tuesdays. See you and thank you for watching.
From my Indonesian neighbors, these are vegetables. These are just like coriander, but I don't know how to use them. So I'm enjoying their flowers instead. The beans here, and just above the sunflowers. Let's go back to the shed and let's see how our recipe, our sinipsip, is doing. It really rained, so after all we had to enter the shed. It's been boiling for more than 20 minutes now. I'll add the patis or the fish sauce. As I wash the vegetables, I hope you're enjoying our cooking show in my shed. And don't forget to watch our upcoming series as well. Our cooking series at the small kitchen department, or here alternatively. We'll be doing more cooking here in the summer because we cook our food where we grow them. What an experience. I just found out the best camera setup, I think. One here, fronting, another there, side. And it's good. Yeah, we can also add some light. I forgot the light even. Nice. We'll add this. Some more patis. This is about right. And this has been our sinipsip soup, or corn with Ampalaya leaves soup. Thank you for joining me here at the garden today, your Kuya and Uncle here in Holland. I'd like to have you again next time, here or at the garden. I really appreciate your support. Thank you, and Dios tagbati. Until next time. Bye-bye. My neighbor's coming. Let's give her the privilege of the taste.
Oh my
Katay mo,
God,
come here.
this is really... Oh.
Naman naman mo na. Apo yung tambay na napudot. Oh.
So lekker!
Lekker means delicious.
Delicious.
Okay.
Really amazing.
Amazing.
Amazing taste. Really.
Homegrown, and you will not get only this manna, you will also get a portion of our harvest today. Yeah.
Oh.
Magantay mo.
Maantay. Oh, madali luto.